If you are in the chat, FedericoSar, good luck, have fun. This is a pretty nice, excuse me, hand. We have Murderous Necromancer with Loyalty on turn, Noble Unicorn off turn. I'll probably just mulligan the Wolf Companion, try and find something better like a draw 2. There is an argument for keeping the Wolf Companion just so I have something to do with my gold every turn, but that's something to do with my gold would be put a Wolf into play and return Wolf Companion to hand, so that's incredibly weak, so it's not even that good of a use of a gold, so I'll just try and get something better. And I'm not going to open with Dark Knight because I want the loyalty. And now I have 2 strong off-turn plays with both Noble Unicorn and Crystal Golem, both of which also draw me cards. Hunting Raptors, okay. Jungle Queen. And Rampaging Worm, alright. So my opponent has Wild in his hand, in their hand. Could play Dark Knight here and attack, but then he just is able to Hunting Raptors it down, so that doesn't seem very good. I'm probably leaning towards Noble Unicorn over Crystal Golem, because it's slightly bigger. Although if he plays, yeah, that, then I might Crystal Golem instead. Well, it's looking like I might be able to use my Murderous Necromancer on my turn, so yeah, I'll probably use Murderous Necromancer on the Jungle Queen, so my opponent can't ambush in Rampaging Worm or something else. And then I'll just play my Noble Unicorn, and I'll attack with that. Yeah. So I could Fork Lightning down the Hunting Raptors, but we'll do that after we attack. And let's attack with Zombie first. Now we have the option of Forked Lightning Fire Shaman. So it might be worth it to just Forked Lightning down both of those guys. I think I'm going to. And then I'm not going to attack with Noble Unicorn until after my opponent spends their gold. Just so I can... Okay, cool. And I'll almost certainly just Crystal Golem and break it immediately on my opponent's turn, unless I want to block with it. Just because I don't want to get caught up in a board clear like an Apocalypse, since I already have significant value in play. And I'm definitely not going to play either of my zero-cost champions, because I already have plenty of stuff in play. Alright. If my opponent does board clear me, I will play Crystal Golem and possibly attack. The only thing that punishes me super hard is... Ooh, Avenging Angel, alright. Alright, that ordering did cost my opponent 3 health. You want to play your champions with ally abilities first, so you get their ally ability when you play a card of the same color. The same alignment. And this isn't horrible for me, because I can just use Murderous Necromancer to break the Avenging Angel. But I will Crystal Golem and dig for something. Alright, didn't find anything, but... Taking 6 here and him gaining 6 isn't horrible for us, as we said. I'll probably play my Priestess Evangeline after attacking with everything, to try and find an off-turn play. So let me check to see if my... Oh yeah, I should update this to part 2. Strange. Alright, that is fine. Alright, let's break that. I guess I'm going to attack with both zombies, just so I can kill anything that blocks. And I'll probably play Priestess Evangeline and pass. Ooh, okay. Now I can just play the Priestess into the Palace Guard, get the draw off my double unicorn. And recycle the only 2 cards in my discard pile. Ooh. Let's see, I don't want to attack with my noble unicorn, because it just dies. My opponent doesn't seem to have a board clear, so I think I am going to use my Dark Knight to try and draw off a blocker. And then I'm planning on playing Winter Fairy, because it gives me more opportunity to draw. Or I want to just play Palace Guard and get the unicorn draw and the 3 health, and get rid of his attack. His Ice Drake in the air. Yeah, that's probably better. Well, that's not good. I have no off-turn play now. I'm not going to attack with my unicorn. And even if I had played... Well, I guess I could have used Winter Fairy to block here. I'm just going to try and chump block. I don't want to commit more to this. I could take some damage, as I do have Priestess if they had the Raise Your Lash, but it looks like they did not. But nothing I can do. Alright, let's break that worm. Attack with Palace. Let's attack with Dark Knight first, since it's unbreakable. And then I'll attack with Palace Guard. If they block with something, I'll attack with Unicorn as well, probably. That's fine. My opponent probably, if I were in that situation, I would have drawn with lying in wait to try and find a board clear, since I'm ridiculously far ahead on board and cards in hand, and pretty much only a board clear will get my opponent back into this. I still don't want to attack with my Noble Unicorn, I don't think. Yeah, let's just draw. Alright. So now we have Pyromancer as an actual off-turn play. It's not a very great one, since I already have so many cards in play, but this is random 30. So, alright. I'll use Pyromancer to kill off the Ogre Mercenary. Interesting. Let's block with Unicorn. He might have, my opponent might have a Brave Squire. It doesn't look like it. So it's looking like I might have gotten a slightly better draw, even if I had that one turn where I missed a gold. So I did get Noble Unicorn and Palace Scud, which are both very nice cards, and I started with a Murderous Necromancer that's gone unanswered all game. And a Murderous Necromancer that goes unanswered all game is pretty hard to deal with. Alright, let's get in with the Winter Fairy first. We're doing off-turn play, which will be nice. Medusa, alright. I'll just break that. And I'll set all of my other ones just to auto-attack with the attack separately feature. Alright, and that's game. The only major questionable play I saw was using Lang and Wait to banish my Dark Knight instead of drawing 2 to try and find something to answer my board. Since at that point my opponent was so far behind that just getting rid of a zero-cost champion was not going to do enough. So we could have played Ice Drake there, but just taking the free draw on our turn is generally better, especially since we actually have an establishing champion we can play. So we get to play our blue dragon, draw a card. Even if they remove it, we still gained resources this turn. And if we gain resources at the cost, at our opponent's expense of losing resources, that's pretty good for us. Let's see, we did take Noble Unicorn, let's go High King. And I think I like Ancient Chant better than Crystal Golem, even though I think Darwin said on the Epic Card Game fan page, or Epic Card Game Digital, that he views Crystal Golem as a really high value pick. I like it, but I like both of those cards a lot more. Thrasher Demon, aggressive 0, you definitely want those, better than all those other cards. And then let's try and find another random 30 game. Once again, if there's anyone in chat. Okay, cool. Looks like we get a rematch against FedericoSar. I'll get rid of Angel of Death and keep the rest. While Angel of Death is a great card, there's the possibility that I never draw 2 more evil cards to give it loyalty. So in random 30, you want to pitch those strong loyalty cards if you don't have their loyalty in hand. At least that's how I play random 30. Try and get cards that have value no matter what. Either Pyromancer or Ancient Chant would be a strong play here, even potentially if my opponent doesn't spend their gold. Since I have Hasty Retreat and Brave Squire for backup if needed. Gold Dragon. So let's start with an Ancient Chant. I could put a Watchful Gargoyle in front of it, but that doesn't seem worth it to me. Same with Hasty Retreat. I'm just going to play a Noble Unicorn here, draw a card. And then if my opponent attacks again, I'll probably Watchful Gargoyle, Brave Squire, Pyromancer it. That seems very bad though. And I could have done that last turn, but... Ooh, that's not good. Alright. I could play Ogre Mercenary here just as a 4-3, but I don't really want to. With another good Airborne champion, I think it is going to be worthwhile to Pyromancer down the Gold Dragon with Watchful Gargoyle plus Brave Squire. I could just Watchful Gargoyle Mighty Blow, but that also seems bad. Alright, alright. That's not terrible for us. I could also just Hasty Retreat the Gold Dragon. Although I really don't want to draw my opponent cards. So let's start by Watchful Gargoyle, recycle these two, see if we can get something better. Like actual removal, instead of having to use 3 cards. Could Vital Mission, and I like it. We gain him 6 health, but we don't lose 6 health, and now we can Brave Squire, Watchful Gargoyle with Angel of Light attacks. Which it probably will. And on our turn, we can Ogre Mercenary, recycling the Vital Mission and the Brave Squire. Brave Squire first, because we want to see that. And it's still early in the game, so we might get through our entire deck and do a lot more recycling. So that was a really good turn for us. The recycle on the Ancient Chant to draw 2 cards instead of just 1 gave us the Vital Mission, which gave us a really good turn. Our opponent is at 46 health, but they're at 3 cards in hand, and we have the only champions in play, although they aren't that great. It's still more than our opponent has. So let's start by attacking. If our opponent does nothing, I'll attack with Human Token, and then I'll probably... Oh, okay. I think I do want to Mighty Blow my guy to kill the Ice Drake if it blocks. And then I can follow up with Ogre Mercenary and potentially Worm Hatchling. Alright, Spike Trap is a recycle since Mighty Blow gives our champion Unbreakable, in addition to the +10 offense. So this game is looking pretty good for us. Let's do Mighty Blow first. Nah, Brave Squire first. I don't think we'll get all the way through, but we might since our opponent does have 46 health. And I think I am going to play the Worm Hatchling here. I have White Dragon to reestablish next turn, and since I'm playing either Pyromancer or draw 2 Hasty Retreat, if I do play the Pyromancer, I want the buff on the Worm. Alright. Well, we can just Pyromancer that down to remove a blocker and give our guy a buff. And we're just going to attack with everything here in that order. Attack with our biggest champion first, and then some of our zeros followed up with our... yeah. Alright. Erased, that's fine. We're both up to 7 cards in hand now. And we do have activation for Ice Drake, although in this current board state it won't mean much. There's a very real chance I just play Word of Summoning without being able to recycle, since we're at 7 and have a lot of draw in our hand. Particularly if our opponent passes without playing anything. Playing Word of Summoning opens us up to like a Kong or a Palace Guard, but if they want to do that, I can just drop an Ice Drake and start getting them in the air, which is pretty solid. So I do want to give bryistupid some time first to see if they would be able to play back and forth for a little while before looking for a new game. Give them a little bit longer, and then we'll go in. Probably try and find... Oh, apparently the wheel scrolls in now. I did not realize that. I don't know how long that's been like that, but that's nice. I know they had a little eye thing up in the corner before, but the wheel is much better. Alright. I don't want to enter the real-time queue immediately, because I want to try and find a different opponent. So, let's see. We do have a few games currently in progress that we're waiting on our opponent for, which is part of the reason why I'm not a huge fan of async, just because, like, this game against Rob, for instance, coming back to it's like trying to remember what the plan was when I played all my things, and yeah. I think this one is from like last weekend or something that I've been slowly working through. Alright, let's see if we can find a real dual random 30. Alright, and let's just try and find any game at this point. Alright, and let's leave the queues. Hopefully Wolf is here. I'm going second. Get rid of one ancient chant and keep the rest. Not bad. Currently this one is actually a alternate version of Core Skyforce, but it's similar enough that I'm just going to link that in the overlay. So essentially the goal of this deck is to play airborne champions, fly over all of our opponent's defenses, while disrupting them with Ice Drakes, Ceasefires, stuff like that. We also have a couple of inner pieces in this version to help us a bit against Thought Pluckers and the discarding. Spike Trap is also in there entirely for killing Thought Plucker. And it looks like we got a challenge, so let's move on to that. Krackalakin. Good luck, Krackalakin, if you're in the stream. If you are in the stream, Krackalakin, it looks like you might need to update. Or I might need to update. Let's see if it's my end. So it looks like my game is currently updated. So, Krackalakin, if you are in the stream, if you just want to close your app and update it, we can play a game. Until then, I would not be able to play against you. But once you do that, I'd be happy to play our game. In the meantime, I guess we'll take our turn against, what was it? The Hunt Dog. I think this was my good deck. It was, so Lord of the Arena definitely has value. I really like Lurking Giant and Drain Essence better than it though, even in a good deck. Both of those cards are just really strong. I love Force Mage Apprentice, especially in core only, because it's one of the best answers to Muse and Thought Plucker, which are two absolutely obnoxious cards. Word of Summoning would be my next pick here as an off-turn 0 that puts a demon into play, a threat, and recycles. But definitely Force Mage, well not definitely Force Mage over that, but I like Force Mage over that. I think I will just challenge Krackalakin in case they're not in the stream, so they can see that I'm not accepting their challenge because of the Krackalakin. app mismatches. Alright, yeah. Krackalakin. Alright. And then maybe they'll be able to update their end. From this morning stream, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lost that game? Oh, right. 9 games of random 30. I lost 4 of them, so slightly above 50% win rate. So far from this session, we've played 2 and I've won them both. While we're waiting, since we have our constructed overlay up, I'll just try and find a real-time constructed game. And then if we don't find a real-time constructed game, I'll try and find a real-time draft game. Since I think real-time is a lot more interesting both to watch and for me to play. Alright, looks like we started a game with Krackalakin. So they might have updated. So that's good. This is a decent hand. But I'm gonna try for something better. Get rid of Time Walker and Deadly Raid to try and find some establishing champion. Thrasher Demon works. I'm definitely not going to spend my gold here, since my only gold play is Ceasefire, which I'd rather just save that for off turn to guarantee that I can spend my gold. Alright. That's a little annoying. So I guess I will Ceasefire and hope to draw an off turn play, which Zombie Apocalypse is, so that's good. So Burrowing Worm is really bad against Timebender, because Timebender can just return to your hand every turn before it can do anything. So there's some incentive to Zombie Apocalypse to break everything here, but I really just need to find cards. I can't afford to not draw with this. I will... I'm not going to play Muse with a unexpended, with a prepared, if you will, Timebender in play. I'm going to attack with my Thrasher Demon. So... I could just wave now. I think I'm going to. Or I could save until off turn. I'm just going to do it now. No. I'll see if my opponent wants to play something. If they don't, I'll use it on their turn. Alright. Yeah. So if I would have used it on turn, my opponent could have played something on my turn, which in random 30, they're less likely to have a strong off-turn play, as we've seen this game. But it looks like they're not going to do anything. I'm not going to play Muse here, because my opponent has their gold available. I think I am just going to play Warrior Golem, give it Blitz, revealing my Muse, unfortunately. But this will kill a wolf, and then I'll get to recycle, ideally. And then potentially find something better. Might also draw out my opponent's gold. And if my opponent's gold is down, then maybe I play Burrowing Worm. So... let's do a Ceasefire and a Zombie Apocalypse. I suppose I could have. Ooh, that's a nice draw. I don't have a way to give it blitz, but it's an establishing champion at the very least. Alright, that's fine with me. The reason I checked the discard pile there was to see if I wanted to start using my Keeper of Secrets to just eat my opponent's discard pile and make it harder for them to recycle. But I'd rather just save it at this point, especially in case they have something like a Psionic Assault or Soul Hunter or Inner Peace, Ancient Chant potentially, stuff like that. So I'm going to play these two here now. Try and get a draw off my Muse. And Vampire Lord is my only off-turn play, so that's why I'm playing that. Another thing, I will attack with Vampire Lord first. If my opponent wants to block with the Jungle Queen, I can wither it down. And that's my only way currently to remove it. Alright. Let's just regular pass, just in case. I mean, I will wither after combat. So, alright, cool. So let's wither down the Jungle Queen, just to turn off any potential ambush burrowing worm or Kong or anything like that. Any of that nonsense. Oh, Medusa, okay. Corpse Taker and Murderous Necromancer, that could be annoying. Corpse Taker and Murderous Necromancer. Neither of those are super scary right now. I'm really tempted to just Triceratops. Not Triceratops, Burrowing Worm. But I think I want to draw another card. And I'm not going to attack with Muse here because I'd rather just make sure it doesn't die to a Watchful Gargoyle. Or something like that. Spike Trap. Off turn here, we'll probably play Demon Breach. It's much better on turn, but it's one of my only off turn plays. And holding on to Rage definitely has value. Try Horror, okay. In that case, I need to find an answer. So we're gonna Rage to draw 2. That's not an answer. Those are not answers, I should say. But I'll get 2 draws, 1 from my Muse. Those still are not answers. I'm tempted to just White Knight with my Corpse Taker to break it, just so it breaks, in case of a board clear. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Just in case my opponent just like stand-alones me or something. I don't want them to have a Medusa and 3 demons. Alright. And now I can attack as well. If my opponent blocks with Medusa, I can rally the people. Get it to that 8 offense to kill the Medusa. Excellent. And then I probably will Keeper of Secrets out the Medusa, because I know my opponent has a Corpse Taker in hand. I'm gonna. No. Alright, now that my opponent's committed more stuff to the board, I'm less scared of a board clear. So I will get rid of that Medusa. Because I don't want my opponent to Corpse Taker it back to hand. And I was at 8 cards, so this is better than discarding a card. Winterfairy, that's fine, that's fine. I do have Surprise Attack Burrowing Worm, which I will definitely do. And then I'll probably attack with that and a human, just in case lying in wait. Alright. Attacking together, just in case my opponent has exactly lying in wait in hand. And sending in one human to play around lying in wait, I believe, has a lot more value than getting potentially one more attack through with it. And I'm not entirely sure why that's happening, but I'm fine with it. Alright, let's go in with Vampire Lord. I should at least be using my Corpse Taker to remove stuff from my opponent's discard pile. And I could Vital Mission my Burrowing Worm too to gain 18. Especially after it's hit once, but if my opponent couldn't answer it this turn, they might not be able to answer it next turn, so. We shall see. We're also fairly close to decking out. Alright, with these loadings on both top and bottom, I'm just going to exit the game and rejoin, make sure. Krackalakin. Alright. There we go. So it looks like it was something on my end that just exiting and rejoining fixed. Alright. And I think I'm actually going to leave Corpse Taker and Keeper of Secrets back just in case. Some crazy attacking from my opponent. And I'll pass. I can discard. None of these are particularly amazing. I guess I discard Dark Leader because I have Standard Bearer or Demon Breach. And Demon Breach just gives me 2 4/4s instead of a 4/4 and a 2/1. Alright, so my opponent might have the board clear now. So let's play a bit safe. Get rid of the Tri-Horror, because that can soak up a lot of my Burrowing Worm damage. And I think board clear, otherwise my opponent probably wouldn't be attacking, so might as well save 2 damage. Yep. Exactly as we were expecting. I think I'll play Standard Bearer over the Demon Breach, because I can play Demon Breach on turn for a better effect. And it's the same amount of damage in play, so. And it looks like I forgot to use my Corpse Taker to actually banish a card before it died. But I think we'll be alright. So let's attack with at least those 2. There's a very real possibility we use turn this turn. If our opponent tries to ambush in something, we can just steal it for ourselves. And I think I'm just going to give it Blitz to go for lethal this turn. Use my greed. I could just take it for the turn, but yeah, it looks like my opponent doesn't have anything left that he can play. So that's the game there. The only questionable play I remember was Trihor, just because I don't think it's a very strong card in general. It is definitely better in Dark Draft. Not Dark Draft, Random 30, just because I'm less likely to have a good answer for it, and I didn't have a good answer for it. I had to just break it before my opponent could AoE board clear break, so I guess that turned out okay for them. The double block against Burrowing Worm was weird, but my opponent must not have had anything better to do. They couldn't lying in wait because I attacked with the human too, so basically they would have needed a break, bounce, or transform effect, or banish, since like a chomp wouldn't have done anything. Aside from that, I didn't really notice anything. If you are in the chat, Krackalakin, I'd be up for playing another game as a rematch. It's up to you. Feel free to challenge me again. I guess I do have a challenge out here, so I could just accept that, see if it'll let me at this point. Alright, well let's just accept the new one. Excellent. Good luck, Krackalakin. If you are in the chat and have any questions about last game or this game, feel free to ask. Ooh. I think I'm going to keep this, pitch the non-Sage cards, and just open up with a Steel Golem. Ooh. That's interesting. And then off turn, I'll probably Psionic Assault. Alright, that's fine. Almost certainly worth it too. Ooh, no, I don't want to surprise attack Necromancer Lord when there's no champions in the discard pile. Alright. Especially if I know that my opponent has Flash Fire and Forked Lightning. Huh. Psionic Assault does seem to be my best play here, even though it's not very good. Hopefully I'll draw into another wild card, so I can play my Raging T-Rex and draw from it. Otherwise I might just have to play it anyways. But our opponent having an answer. Ooh. A nice tricky thing my opponent did here is if you discard your Warrior Golem, you're going to recycle that just the same as any other thing. Ooh, Blue Dragon is nice. Because we get to get back our Sonic Assault, and it's a Styling Champion, so we draw a card, get to do 2 damage. Not bad. That Raging T-Rex is still a problem for sure, though. And Forked Lightning. Yep. Do I want to draw my opponent's Flash Fire? I think I do. So I can surprise attack Necromancer Lord. Alright. My opponent did not use the Flash Fire. Not yet, at least. They probably will before attacking. If they don't, I'll block with my Force Mage Apprentice. And Raging T-Rex must attack. Alright. I will block with Force Mage. My opponent... Well, no, I'm not sure why I didn't Flash Fire. I almost certainly would have in their position. They might have Lash or Rage. Which, the one defense of Force Mage means I take quite a bit. Alright. I think Psionic Assault is worth it here. We saw Forked Lightning and Flash Fire. I need to do something. And Surprise Attack Raging T-Rex is fairly weak. Especially since they would have to attack, so I couldn't block with it. And I'll just roll the dice and hope my opponent doesn't have an on-turn Gold Punisher. Alright, and there's the flash fire too, so that's not horrible. If I get either a wild or an evil card, I can activate my loyalty of a champion. That's fairly powerful. Neither of those are what I was looking for. But I think I will just play Time Walker to contest the Raging T-Rex and return Sonic Assault to hand. So this way I can actually block Raging T-Rex. Alright. Yep, that's not great for me. I probably will just play Sonic Assault again. Oof, oof. Alright, we're surprise attacking. If we draw either a evil or a sage card, we're in decent shape. Ooh, Burrowing Worm works. Block with that. Alright. Not bad. Not bad top deck. I'll take it. Alright. And I have Ceasefire. I really wish I had Loyalty, though. Huh. I might just Sonic Assault and pass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Because I have the Ceasefire. So if I have one massive blocker and a Ceasefire, I'll be safe on my turn and I can start drawing through cards. And forcing my opponent to discard largely forces them to draw here instead of doing anything else. And even though they drew, they still lose a net one card in hand this turn, because they spent one card to draw two, meaning they net one from that card in hand, and then I got rid of two cards, so I still end up ahead from that change. And discarding in random 30 can be really nasty, because you're not guaranteed to find draw twos. That's not great, but I do have Ceasefire and a chump blocker, so it's not horrible either. Yeah, I'll take two, that's fine. I'll Ceasefire, actually. Alright, I could trade, but I don't want to. Ooh, lots of interesting things happening here. I think I'm going to Time Walker, so I might as well attack. My opponent may or may not block. Alright, they'll take two. And then I'll Time Walker, get back Sonic Assault, show him Sonic Assault and Wave of Transformation, I think. Return everything else to hand, and let him go. Now, if he plays Sea Titan on his turn, which is very reasonable, I can just Ice Drake, and then Time Walker afterwards, and keep churning through that cycle of just getting 6 damage through, bouncing everything, playing Ice Drake, getting 6 damage through, bouncing everything, playing Ice Drake, etc. And that'd be decent. Not amazing, but decent. I mean, I do have to actually kill my opponent relatively quickly, since they have been drawing a lot to counteract my Sonic Assault, so they could draw out for a win, and that's something I do need to worry about. And if my opponent does play Sea Titan here, I can just Ice Strike and reveal Time Walker and Sonic Assault, because they already know about those two cards. Thundarus, okay. I think I still want to Ice Strike, though. So I can potentially get 16 damage through. I did draw into my my second Necromancer Lord card, so I could get back Ice Strike or Sea Titan. Alright. Not Sea Titan, Raging T-Rex. Oh wait, no, I only have the one in hand. I like getting back Blue Dragon and using that chump block, I think. Ooh, that's even better for chump blocking if I want to. Although if my opponent attacks, then that probably means they're going to board clear again, so I won't use Watchful Gargoyle. Yep, I expect a board clear. So let's block. Save our Watchful Gargoyle. And after a board clear, I'll Watchful Gargoyle and try and find something better. If I don't, I'll probably just Sonic Assault, although that's fairly weak because I need to put pressure on. So maybe I just Wave of Transformation to draw. Alright, I'll just go. Get back my Blue Dragon. Draw another card, do another 2 damage. Attack with Ice Strike, and if my opponent doesn't block, Rain of Fire is now lethal. Alright, there's Hurricane. I'll just finish off that Thundarus with my Kong now. And I will discard my Raging T-Rex. Doesn't seem that helpful right now. I could have discarded my Sonic Assault. That probably would have been a better discard. Right, that happens. Do I want to Wave of Transformation? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't want to. The odds of me drawing Final Task are fairly low, I would say, so let's get rid of those guys. I guess I'll Faint. Ooh, that's not terrible. Actually, that's lethal if I have Loyalty. No! If I had one more good card, I could have Raged and then Priest of Kalnord my Watchful Gargoyle. And then I would have had a 6/7 Unbreakable Untargetable Airborne Champion. I will Rage here. If my opponent doesn't remove my Watchful Gargoyle, I have lethal with Rain of Fire. If they spend a gold to remove it, I can Jin of the Sands and then Rain of Fire lethal. So we're in pretty good shape right now. And either, well, if this doesn't connect, alright. Good game if you're in the channel, Krackalakin. Unfortunately, I have to kill my own... Oh wait, no, my Watchful Gargoyle. Let's do it because it's raging. Alright. Good game. Anything I noticed that game? The Time Bender and not expending it to deal with my Thrasher Demon seemed fairly strange. So you ended up taking an extra 5 damage, I think, from that you didn't have to. It did prevent me from playing my Muse, which probably is a decent enough trade that it's worthwhile not to expend it, but that's really risky since it dies to so many things. Playing the Thundaris, I'm not a huge fan of in that position, just because theoretically it's a lot easier for me to deal with, although in that situation I couldn't, so I was able to just mitigate it by expending it. But aside from that, really good game. Thanks for playing, it was fun. I'll go back to bryistupid. Attack here, see what they do. And I think this is a random 30 game, but it looks like they're not right watching that game right now. So if there's anyone in chat who would like to challenge me, feel free. The username is TomEpicGamin. TomEpicGamin. Since Tom's Epic Gaming was too long. And I guess while we wait and see if there's anyone that's looking for a game. Oh, looks like bryistupid is here now. Alright. We're far enough ahead that I don't have to play Blue Dragon, so I'm not going to. I have Ice Strike to reestablish off turn if they do something to get rid of my demon token. Otherwise, I can just keep beating them down with that. If they do nothing, I win 6 of my turns. So we're in a very strong position right now. Alright, Airborne Champion. Get back a race. Sure. I think I want to push damage, so I will reveal for loyalty for my Ice Drake. I don't want to trade. And if my opponent does use a race on like my demon token, I can follow up with a gold dragon, and that's really strong. And my opponent, if they remember, since it's been a while since this game started, they would know that I have blue dragon in hand because they erased it. So I'm only actually showing them my erase. So I'm in pretty great position here. We're threatening 10 damage if they do nothing. And if they do something, we have gold dragon. And if they don't do anything, I can just pass. So we're in pretty good shape. And as we're playing, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm always happy to answer. Our opponent did make a move fairly quickly last turn, so I think that they're close to the game. So I'll give them a little bit of time before moving on. And then once again, if they do nothing and take 10, that's great for us. I'll just pass, let them go. If they use their erase on my demon token or anything like that, I gotta respond with a gold dragon and just keep getting in there. And then I have resurrection just in case they actually remove something off turn. So we're in really solid position right now. I mean, if they could play a Airborne Sea Titan, they'd be back in this game, but that card doesn't exist. Thank God. That would be so horrible. So ridiculously powerful, an Airborne Sea Titan. I have nightmares. So many of my core-only decks, well, all of my core-only decks are built in such a way that they can beat a Sea Titan, because Sea Titan is that powerful, And for a lot of the decks, that just means going above the Sea Titan. So if I couldn't go above the Sea Titan because I had Airborne, that would be sad. But yeah. Alright, so our opponent isn't doing anything right now. They probably have other games that they're playing, so let's try and find another real-time random 30, since that is what this stream is scheduled to be. And let's go back to our random 30 overlay, at least for now. And we might as well try and find a dual random 30 game at the same time. Ooh, alright. So we did find a game. It is a regular random 30, a dual, as opposed to a real time. But that's fine. I'm definitely going to remove Mulligan Angel of Mercy here, and I'll probably keep the rest. Alright, there's the erase. Let's attack with Demon Token, see if he has something. If not, I'll just Gold Dragon. Gold Dragon. And if they play nothing, I might just Lash, get him down to 9 and gain 10 health. Probably worth it. I think so. Uses 0 for an 8-point health swing. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. And I could get punished by exactly Spike Trap plus Flash Fire or Wither, but I'll roll those dice. I don't expect my opponent to have that and not use it on Demon Token. Alright. He uses 0 as a 6-point health swing. That's fine. My opponent doesn't spend their gold, I won't either. I'm threatening 10 on board, 4 of which, or 6 of which, they could block. Alright, that definitely seems like I'm going to get board cleared after this, because I'm at 37 and 5 damage doesn't really do anything to me. So I'll just let him do it, and then drop the Ice Drake. Sure, I'll take another 4, that's fine. I definitely don't want to spend my gold here first, because I want to drop that Ice Drake for sure. And I have a huge health buffer that I definitely don't need to risk anything here. Juggernaut, alright. That's interesting. I have Ceasefire, but... I could just erase here. So they might have like a Hurricane. And I have 10 damage on board, I have lethal in hand. Yeah, let's just erase here. More lethal. Yeah. Because the way they played that, it made it seem like they have an off-turn clear. They might not, but I don't want to take that chance. Because the only way I lose is by taking damage, or decking out, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So why take damage when I already have lethal? I mean, like, I get punished by a Drain Essence, but I'm not that scared of Drain Essence. Unfortunately, my final task has been turned off. Ooh, there we go. No, it's not. Let's see what you got. Angel of Mercy. Do I want to style on him? Of course I want to style on him. Of course I want to style on him. Let's final task his Dark Assassin to make him feel really bad, and use his Dark Assassin to break his Angel of Mercy. Alright, alright. This is what I get for styling. I have to discard a card. I guess I get rid of Thundaris. Do I want to cease fire here? So yeah, that is... I was punished for not playing my Ice Drake. So I would have had lethal with it, assuming nothing else changed. He's attacking with his airborne guy. I'm really tempted just to cease fire. It seems fairly weak though. I mean, if I take 18, I'm down to 10. That seems really weak. Yeah. These might not be the best plays right now, but well, I should be striving for the best plays. Random 30 is really hard to determine the best plays, though. Essentially, it's impossible to guess what's in your opponent's hand, because it literally could be anything. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't have loyalty for Ice Drake. It seems like I should really start getting serious after this game has swung dramatically against me. I think I just want a blue dragon. Draw a card first. Ooh, it's so close. Yeah, let's go face. If my opponent doesn't remove my blue dragon before I can spend my gold, I can Ice Drake Fireball. But my opponent has played these last few turns very well. Let's get rid of Jungle Queen and Dark Leader. My opponent literally must... my opponent had to kill my blue dragon first before I could play anything, but since they didn't, I gotta just burn out my opponent now. But very well played in those last few turns, bryistupid. I thought I had it completely locked up and you were really starting to scare me. Going aggressive like that surprised me and got me playing defensive when I was far enough ahead that I probably shouldn't have been playing defensively. And I almost lost because of it. Alright, I have Ceasefire, Hasty Retreat, so I'm just going to draw cards here. See if our opponent JuanGould makes a move relatively quickly. If you are in chat, JuanGould, good luck, have fun. Alright, let's see if we can find another game. We'll give JuanGould a little bit of time, since I think we've played before on stream and they were good games. I could be misremembering, but we'll give him some time. Alright, that's enough time. Let's try and find another random 30 real time, since that last one was duel, I believe. Yeah, against bryistupid. So we'll see if we can find a... Oh, hey Phoenix Raven, how's it going? If you're looking for a game, feel free to challenge me. I'm doing much better in the second half of the stream than I did in the first half. Currently looking for random 30 games for this stream specifically, just to round out the 3 stream snipe sessions I've done so far. But if I don't find any random 30 games fairly quickly, I am fine moving on to a different format. But we'll see. Sounds good. I'll get out of these queues. Oh, looks like JuanGould did take their turn, so they might be available now. Ooh, Spike Trap is nice. I guess I'll get rid of Medusa since I don't have loyalty. Well, people in chat get priority, so we'll go to PhoenixG Game first. Alright. Ooh, opponent's turn. I think I'm just going to mulligan this card on the far right just because I don't have the loyalty for it. And I'll mulligan that card as well because, while I have other cards in that faction, I'm not a huge fan of that card in and of itself. I have a strong off-turn play, a strong on-turn play, and yeah. Good luck, PhoenixG Game. Have fun. Yeah. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Winter Fairy, sure. Interesting. I'll just inner piece. Ideally, I'd like to get more value from both of those two cards. Ooh, Sea Titan is really strong. Although then my later plays get a bit weaker. That's fine. They're not horrible in and of themselves, so. Alright. We've gained some health, so Ice Drake isn't that scary. At least not right now, while we have a Sea Titan in play. That's a good answer to Sea Titan, though. Alright, we'll just take it. And then we'll play this. Okay. Alright. That's not the greatest for me. Interesting. Huh. So let's attack in the air first and see what happens. Alright, and then let's just play Jungle Queen since attacking with Sea Titan is largely pointless at this point. And apparently my opponent has no off-turn plays, so that's not good for them. I'll probably just take 6 in the air for Ice Drake. If they want a board clear, that's fine. Either way, I'll probably be using this card to do that. Or this is a potential option as well. Winter Fairy again, okay. Thrasher Demon, sure. Interesting. What do I want to do here? Do I want to push? I think I want Apocalypse off turn. I mean on turn. Because my opponent has more stuff in play than I do. I could just Kong though. I have the health. Yeah, let's just Kong. Potentially. We'll see. See what else PhoenixG Game does. Lash. Huh. Do I want to stop 7 damage? No, I still don't. I think I'm fine taking 6 damage in the air. I mean, it's not ideal, sure, but yeah. And Kong. Getting rid of the People's Champion so I can't continuously produce chump blockers. I'll probably use this, but let's attack with Jungle Queen first. I'm attacking with Jungle Queen first to save back my hugelings, because everything's going to get blocked by human tokens anyway for the most part. Yep. Kind of want to use this first. Oh right, I don't think my opponent has an off-turn play. Besides recalling Lash, so let's do this. Ooh, that's nice. So let's attack with Kong. Attack with Thrasher Demon. Alright. Attack with Sea Titan. I think I'm going to hold back Angel of Light just because I assume my opponent wouldn't block with Winter Fairy, but... And if they don't block with Winter Fairy, I want to be able to block Winter Fairy. And we have that for next turn, potentially. Probably this for off turn, then. Maybe that, if needed. So my opponent doesn't have their Lash in hand, which is good. Let's try and chump block with the Courageous Soul. Excellent. Let's do that, get back Apocalypse. And and that's Deadly Rage. Since our opponent didn't have that many plays before. Yeah. Let's attack with both big guys together. So I have lethal coming in, so in case they drew a surprise ceasefire or something. Alright. Good game. And I appreciate the salute. So I had really powerful cards that random 30 with Sea Titan and Kong. And basically I was able to play fairly aggressively because I started off with the Inner Peace play and Angel of Light to gain 15. If I hadn't gained 15, I would have been at 9 then. So it would have been a lot more risky to do everything that I did. And having a nice little chump blocker was really nice. So if PhoenixG Game gets back in here, we can go over basically the same things I just said right now. I didn't notice much else that I would have done differently. In this one, let's attack with our Lurking Giant. Good game, PhoenixG Game. Good game. Those Sea Titans, they'll do you some work. Super powerful. But yeah, in case you weren't in the stream before, I was just talking about how because I was able to gain 15 health that game. Ah, yes. Losing your own Thrasher Demon kind of hurts. But it's definitely an easy play to make when you see that Thrasher Demon coming in. But we were mainly talking about how I think me gaining 15 health at the start, which kept me at what would have been 9, kept me from what would have been 9, was really helpful. Let's just go face. I don't remember how this game was playing out at all. But yeah, that was mainly the major thing I thought I noticed. No, these games were just going on at the same time. I wasn't actually playing them. They've been holdovers for quite a while now. When I like to play one person at a time. These games are just holdovers that I don't really remember what I was doing in each of them. Ooh, I was going good, so I'll take Inner Peace, although Fireball. Inner Peace. Alright. But yeah. Since this is a random 30 stream, ooh, looks like JuanGould might be taking his turns fairly quickly now. So I'll play him first. Ooh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, still gonna do this. But after this game, you'd definitely be welcome to challenge me again if you want a rematch. Unless there's someone else in the chat that would like to play as well. Huh. I guess I just Mighty Blow to draw 2 and save my ceasefire for a better time. But yeah, my friend Paul, he's the person I primarily play with in paper. He always gets a bit annoyed when I beat him with the cards that I say are garbage. Excellent, thank you. I'm really looking forward to it. The show match videos, that is. I really appreciate you doing this for me, since it's not something I consider myself great at, because I haven't really done much of it, but I'm very happy that you're willing to do that for me. And if you didn't see my message, feel free to add like an edited by slide into it, because I definitely want to give you credit for the editing. And if you don't want to add it in, I'll make sure to give you credit in the description. I'll probably give you credit anyway in the description, so. I think the game, Epic in general, needs a lot more single game matches on YouTube for people to be able to see and potentially get into. And that first one is a pretty nice one, I think. I think the games in general turned out fairly well. Although, I don't envy you for a constructed portion of it. Alright. JuanGould, if you are in the chats, I'm not a huge fan of Drinker of Blood in general. And playing to an empty board seems a bit weak. But if that's your best play, that's your best play. It's just that it doesn't really do much on its own. Probably smart. You saw how long the entire thing was potentially, but watching them as you go would probably be more interesting. But I think all of the games turned out fairly well, so fairly good games. Looks like we might get... Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna Fourth Lightning yet. If my opponent does nothing, I might Fourth Lightning. Ooh, lying in wait, alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to Fourth Lightning down the Drinker and deal 5 to face. I could have played a Punisher like Frost Giant, but I think it ended up around 4 hours for all 7 matches. Somewhere around there. Ooh, Jin. Yeah. Let's expend that Jin so I can go offensive. And to prevent him from getting the card draw from it. Ooh, and now I can Inner Demon it if nothing happens to my Ice Drake. Yeah, things are looking pretty good this draft. Ooh, Angelic Protector. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's... sounds like quite the process. And which is another reason I'm very happy you're willing to do this, because I've heard how long editing videos can take for sure. And as I was saying, I really think that's something Epic really needs, is more single game videos on YouTube, so people will have a way to get into it without seeing 3-hour thing. I'm not gonna watch a 3-hour thing. Glad I can help fill it then. Help fill your time on your weekends. At the end of this stream at around... wait, did I get my math wrong again? No, yeah. Yeah, at around 8 p.m. Eastern... Well, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, cnoz is going to be getting on, and we're planning on playing a game. I'm going to ceasefire here. Which he'll be streaming his end for Random 30, and I'll be streaming my end. So if you want even more footage, those could be pretty good games that would make... I think Random 30 is also a nice format that could go up on to get people into the game. So, more content if you want it. I'll definitely be uploading the raw footage from both of these streams just straight to the YouTube channel. This half of the stream is a lot more lively than the other half, but I definitely had quite a few games in the other one, so... Ooh. Ooh. That's good. For my opponent, that is, not for me. I might just Frost Giant since my opponent's down to 3 cards in hand, one of which is Drinker of Blood. Yeah. Let's just... Ooh, there's Zombie Apocalypse, excellent. Ooh, but Drinker... Yeah, let's go for it. I could also just Ice Strike off turn, expend the team again. That seems fairly good as well. Especially since I have a Hasty Retreat in my corner if I want it. I don't have any recycle effects in my hand except for White Dragon, which I can't use right now. But there's definitely a possibility that I want to recycle some of my champions. Just in case, just because I'm a little bit afraid of my opponent's Drinker, even though I do have a Drinker of my own. But I don't have a way to activate my Drinker. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. That's one less tool for my opponent's Drinker to use. And let's throw down White Dragon. And then I'll probably Ice Strike off turn to expend his team and then attack again. On my turn, of course. So by expending the team, basically I'm able to reveal 2 cards of the same alignment. Alright, there's Drinker again, that's fine. And then by doing that, I get to make it so all of his champions cannot block this turn, or cannot block next turn, and cannot attack this turn. Yeah, let's block some damage. And now I'm threatening lethal. And if my opponent has a board clear that's not standalone, then it'll just clear off my opponent's Drinker as well as everything else, so that's not too frightening. If I wanted to be really safe, I could have transformed his Drinker first. I'd have to look at it. Like, from what I remember, Will Morgan said his matchup against John Tatian was pretty bad. Pretty John Tatian favored, that is. Supposedly, Jonah Acosta's matchup against John Tatian's deck is favored in Jonah Acosta's favor. Card decks against each other aren't the most interesting thing. Alright, I have 11, 15, yeah, he can block that. Just because it's just a race to see who goes up to 60 and has the Kark in hand. We did not see Will Morgan's deck against Jonah Acosta's deck. So that might work. Let's attack with them in this order. So, May I'd have to look at the decks again because I didn't actually play any of those decks. But maybe Jonah Acosta's deck against Will Morgan's deck. Although Matt Sperling's deck was in there too. I think Matt Sperling's was just a fairly typical Sage Wild deck, which would probably be favored against Jonah Acosta's deck. Although Jonah Acosta's deck, I think, had some Soul Hunters in it to punish like Thought Blockers and stuff. Yeah. It's Jonah Acosta's deck is probably the most interesting deck. Maybe try Jonah Acosta against Matt Sperling. Although, like I said, I think Matt Sperling's deck would be a bit favored. Just from what I can recall offhand. Huh. Alright. That's a bit annoying. Just because Jonah Acosta wants to go wide and has things like Soul Hunter to punish discards, and it has the Ancient Chant Lesson Learned combo, which is really important. So it has a bit of a resistance against discarding effects. It doesn't have a ton of well, it has some resilience against burn because of the Xanoses. Yeah, I think that would probably be the most interesting matchup of all the ones in the top 8 at Worlds. Matt Sperling against Jonah Acosta. That's probably what I'll recommend. I mean, personally, I love my World's Pyrosaur deck that's on my blog. But that did not make top 8. It went 2-1 in Constructed, though. And I think that's fairly resilient to most of the decks in there, although I'm not quite sure how great it would be against Kark, but I think it's a pretty decent matchup for me. Opponent's turn, they played that. That's fine. I guess I just draw 2. So let's attack with Juggernauts. I'm probably just going to try and draw out. Oh, yeah. I didn't... Well, part of the reason I didn't make it to top 8 was in round 3 against Derek Arnold. I made a game-losing misplay where I just forgot to trigger my Smash and Burn from my discard pile to kill my opponent's Peros, and then he was able to recycle twice into a Secret Legion to kill me, where I basically died from full health after taking a Sea Titan hit that turn, and then the Peros plus Secret Legion killed me, and that put me on tilt for the rest of the tournament. But both Derek Arnold and then my next opponent, Gabriel Castigliami, played very well, and I think Gabriel just completely outplayed me in that dark draft, outdrafted me and outplayed me. But I would say I was still tilted at that point, so I wasn't playing at my best. And then I lost in the first round of Constructed to the Nashville Kark list, partially because I didn't understand the matchup, and partially just because we didn't have enough time to finish the entire match. I think after the first game I had a pretty decent idea of the matchup, and I could have won the match if we had enough time. But my opponent was playing suspiciously slowly, I'll say, which did not help, but he was definitely a very good player, and he understood my deck, which let him win game 1, so I was not playing at peak performance, but my opponents were playing very well, is basically the gist of that. And then I did beat Michael Majors in the second round of Constructed, who was running this really interesting card deck with like Noble Martyrs and Justice Prevails. Those were really good games, and I didn't realize who Michael Majors was at the time. And then I got paired up against the person I largely built this deck to counter because he just kept beating me down with the same deck over and over and over again, and I barely squeezed out a win. So those were really good games, and I think my Pyrosaur deck is just really fun to play in general. So that's a lot of really interesting interactions with the Smash and Burns, plus the Fire Shamans and Fire Spirits, and the Feeding Frenzies, and the Drakas, and Pyrosaurs, and it's just really fun to like mesh together all those different like small amounts of damage to pick off like multiple things. Like I had multiple situations where I'd like have a Smash and Burn my discard pile, and I'd Rain of Fire to one side and wipe the board, or I'd Pyrosaur with a Smash and Burn to one side and wipe the board with a Feeding Frenzy, and so much fun. I do think the Pyrosaur deck has a very strong matchup against Jonah Acosta's deck, and I think it would do fairly well against Matt Sperling's deck because it's less direct damage focused than other ones, and I'm able to pick off like the Winter Fairies and everything fairly efficiently. The Winter Fairies, the Muses, and the Thought Pluckers, which I'm not positive that deck has Muses and Thought Pluckers, but it probably does. If you want quicker games, Matt Sperling's deck against my World Pyrosaur deck would probably be fairly quick, since we both have some amount of direct damage in it. So I would say that those are three of the more interesting decks in top 8 plus my deck. And I think that I have fairly interesting matchups between the three of them since they try and do different things. My deck is a bit similar to Matt Sperling's deck. I can probably get you the link. Let me find that real quick. Let's get in the queue for a real-time random 31st. And I have made some changes since I posted the list. I think it's mainly dropping a Pyrosaur and a Strafing Dragon. Well, link this first. But I haven't really tested these changes that much at this point. So that's the link to the Pyrosaur deck. I think the current iteration that I have untested is... Where are you? -1 Pyrosaur, +1 Strafing Dragon. -1 Winged Death, +1 Grave Demon. -1 Heinous Feast, +1 Guilt Demon, I think. So -1 Pyrosaur, +1 Strafing Dragon. And that's mainly for the cart matchup. -1 Winged Death, +1 Grave Demon. Just because there were times when I just had too many Winged Deaths in hand, even though the card is incredible. And -1 Heinous Feast, since we have the Grave Demon. And +1 Guilt Demon, because Guilt Demon has just been incredible for me. But I haven't played the deck in a while, so I'm not sure how those changes, if the changes actually make the deck better or worse. But it's still almost certainly my favorite deck just because of all those fun like puzzles of getting all the damage to wipe my opponent's board and just constantly pushing damage, and a lot of fun. And Spore Beast. Spore Beast is Spore Beast is probably my favorite card in the game. It's just so great. Great for defense, and works for offense too. Yeah. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. Couple notes. Well, I explain exactly how I play it in that article as well. Generally, what I want to play and when. Yeah. A lot of fun. Alright, if you want to play me another game, or if anyone else in chat wants to play a game of Random 30, feel free to challenge me. Looks like I didn't find a real-time match, so first I'll look for a duel. But anyone in chat does have first come, first serve preference, but it looks like we did find a game against Granthopwood. So if you are in chat, Granthopwood, good luck, have fun. I'm going to pitch Soul Hunter because that's a bit risky. I love Pack Alpha. And I'm going second, so I'll keep it. And White Dragon strong, though. Yeah, I'll keep White Dragon. Do it like this. Not super happy with Gold Dragon here. I have Zombie Apocalypse for the off-turn play. Into either Jin or Pack Alpha, depending on what I need. Yeah, it did. I love Pack Alpha. Well, I don't love Pack Alpha, but I think it's better than people give it credit for. I was so happy to top deck that one as I just slammed it into play. I'd say Pack Alpha is probably the strongest establishing champion in the game that doesn't draw cards in core only. Maybe. I have been experimenting with wolf decks, and I have one that I am intrigued by. I don't know how strong it is, but I think Hunting Pack is an incredibly powerful card in the right situation. And Den Mother is another powerful establishing champion, so is Pack Alpha. So both Den Mother and Pack Alpha are strong, aggressive establishing champions that as long as you can keep up your hand in other ways, might have a chance to be viable. But they are a bit weak to drinker decks, which have been falling out of favor. And they're bad to ceasefire, but I think they have some potential. Kira is definitely nice. But we'll see. I think it might be like one or two cards still a bit short of being a real deck, or being a super viable deck. But I think it definitely has some really powerful tools in it. Interestingly though, I don't think a wolf deck wants to be primary wild. Like, most of my wolf deck experiments have been Sage primary wild. For a couple of reasons. One, I think it works okay with, what's her face? Alara. Because it gives you a wolf and it's a strong play. But Ancient Chants are just crazy powerful right now. They just keep getting stronger. Like, they were strong in core set only, and then Lesson Learned made them draw as 4s, and then Frantic Diggings made them draw a card for free, and yeah. It's interesting. I think the current iteration of my wolf deck is Sage, but I was toying around with a loyalty less deck with no loyalty, but we'll see. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd definitely read it. I'm always happy for more content. And Alara is a card that I think goes under the radar a bit. Other cards that I think are under the radar, well, it looks like Granthopwood is not here, So let's try and find a different game. This Krackalakin game was from earlier, so I don't really want. Oh, we'll accept it and see. All right, yeah, that's from doesn't match, so I'll just decline it. Real time. Cards I think that are currently flying under the radar that could be powerful in the right situations. Knight of Alara seems like it could be crazy strong, because basically it's white knight, but it's always blitz instead of always draw a card, and you can just straight up attack with it because nothing can block it. Hunting Pack is another one I think is underutilized that could be pretty strong. Avenger of the Covenant intrigues me. I think the game would have to shift fairly significantly for that to be a viable card, but it seems like it could be strong. Oh yeah, Knight of Alara is great. Like, we didn't see any of it at Worlds, I don't think, but I think and I've tried to make a deck around Knight of Alara multiple times, and it's just felt like it's been like one card short every time for what I was trying to do with it. So the next expansion, Knight of Alara, might really shine, at least in the version I'm trying to make of it. Yeah, that'd be fun too. Or even just Rager herself. Or himself. I think it's a him, but yeah. Interesting things. Village Protector also seems like it could have a home at some point. It's a strong card, but it's just not quite strong enough in the current card pool, I don't think. Especially since there aren't that many break effects running around. It's more banish effects or transform effects. So, we'll see. And Wing Death is just awesome. It goes in so many of my decks. Primarily to kill Sea Titans. Well, once again, if anyone in chat, PhoenixG Game and you included, wants to play a game of Random 30, feel free to challenge me. Otherwise, I'll just keep looking for games. And at this point, I'm just going to do a try and rotate to see if I can find a game in any format, since it's been a while since a game has started up. And then it's an hour before my match with cnoz will start. Or at least a single game of Random 30. But I'm really looking forward to the app eventually getting more expansions, because I have so many things I want to try, especially with Uprising, since I don't play that often in person. I want to try my wolf decks. That's the main thing. I've been having mixed success with Citadel Raven. I think that's a potentially powerful card. I tried it in a Zero Blitzers deck with like Wing Devil and stuff like that, and it's really powerful when you draw those zero-cost champions, but since it relies on those zero-cost champions so much, it just gets absolutely wrecked by Rax's Curse. Rax's Curse basically just negates the entire deck. So I've been experimenting with mixing around the zero-cost package I run with that, but that needs more testing, and yeah, just a bunch of interesting things I want to try. Let's see if we can find a real-time Dark Draft game. Oh. Yeah, it's set to delete the link automatically. You should be able to just like put a space between the .com or something, and that might go through. I'm not quite sure how Twitch filters it out. Yeah, if you just want to link everything besides like the .com, just there we go. Let's see. Ogre Mercenary seems like an interesting inclusion for a big blitz deck. It's definitely a strong card, but I'm not sure how great I find it in constructed. Let's see. What could you replace that with, potentially? I don't think you want really any of the new cards unless you want Frantic Digging, which you're currently not running Ancient Chant or Lesson Learned, so you might not want Frantic Digging. Let's see, it's primarily Sage, so probably throw in... well, let's see what the rest of this looks like. I might trade out like Frost Giant for Knight of Alara. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Frost Giant, but you are running triple Hurricane, so you might want that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Fumble. Veldon is really nice. You could just swap Veldon for Frost Giant, and they work fairly similarly, except I think Veldon's a bit... Obviously, they have their differences, like you can't expend a Sea Titan or return a Sea Titan to hand with Veldon, but... let's see. Veldon could also replace Rampaging Worm fairly similarly. You're only losing 4 offense, which is definitely relevant against stuff like Sea Titan, but that might work. Memory Spirits. It's definitely a strong card, but I'm not sure if that's what your deck is looking for. Like, Ice Strikes might be something you want to consider. Because if you have big guys, expending everything off turn without having to spend your gold first could be worthwhile. But it's interesting on what you're looking for specifically, because there's different synergies that you get with like the massive guys for actual Hurricane, because that's a really nice synergy. I'd have to spend a lot of time looking at it, going through it carefully. The Lying in Wait, I'm not sure if that's strong enough for constructed generally. Is Veldon's a giant, not a human, unfortunately. Misguided Herald, I wouldn't say is a card I would be interested in for the deck, because a lot of the cards, it seems like most of the time you'd be playing Misguided Herald. You'd be looking for a specific card, and I think Misguided Herald's much better if you have a variety of cards that you'd want. Like, personally, I'm not a huge fan of playing Blitz Champions when my opponent's gold is up. And Misguided Herald would probably be hitting like a lot of Blitz Champions, or not a Blitz Champion when you want a Blitz Champion. And I'm a lot more interested in Misguided Herald with things like Surprise Attack, which you do have, or Final Task, or Dark Offering even. War Machine I like a lot. Yeah, I'd have to sit down a lot more carefully and go through it. And I also always love me my wolf spites. Sounds good. I'll leave open a spot for you. Alright. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's exit the queue for the other one. Alright. Opponent's turn, we have Crystal Golem or Angelic Protector. I like both of those. And I don't want to risk the other ones. It's okay. If I want to be aggressive, I could just plop down an Angelic Protector. Or even Crystal Golem, potentially. But if my opponent passes, I'll probably just pass and then play Crystal Golem on my turn, I guess. Not a huge fan of that either. Alright, looks like we're doing the other one first. Alright, this one's a lot better. I'm gonna mulligan aggressively to try and get loyalty from my Juggernaut. Excellent. And this way I can either transform or Psionic Assault off turn. If my opponent does Lurking Giant me like Rob did earlier, I could have just withered it to finish it off. Alright, that's fine. I'll take 5. And then I'll just pass. There's definitely a world. Ooh, what's this? Okay, yeah, kill off my Juggernaut. Makes sense. Ooh, or just go lots of face damage. Yeah, I think I take this. And then Sonic Assault. My Sonic Assault Phoenix, get him down to 1 card, and wither the the Fire Shaman. Nah, I'll hold on to my wither just in case he tries to drop a Muse on me here. Got him. Alright, our opponent is completely out of cards. Let's just play White Knight here, I think. Or do I transform with Keeper? That's interesting. No, White Knight. Unfortunately, I don't have loyalty, but that's fine. Let's get rid of Avenging Angel. No, yeah, we don't have an answer to it. A good one, so. Hopefully our opponent doesn't just draw a 1-cost wild card here. Yeah, I'll roll these dice. Wither, alright. I will transform that then. And then I get a recycle and recall. Let's get my Juggernaut out of there just in case. And if he does attack with the Fire Shaman, we have Rally the People. Alright. So... we know every card in our opponent's hand, which is nothing. Not a huge fan of any of these plays, really, though. I mean, I guess I Frost Giant and get the recycle. Ah, never mind. Although I think this is lethal. 19, yeah, that's lethal. Alright. Sonic Assault doing work. Sometimes random 30 games can be quite quick. And I don't remember seeing pretty much any draw twos in my opponent's hand. So there really wasn't much you could do differently. Alright, going into rematch. Yeah, let's get aggressive. Unfortunately, I don't break the Bellowing Minotaur, but now I'm able to start attacking on my own. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm just going to come in with Lord of the Arena. Force him to deal with that instead of doing something else that he might want to do. Leave back Angelic Protector to deal with that Bellowing Minotaur. Transform, alright, that's fine. And yeah, let's hold back Angelic Protector. So we first force our opponent not to draw, which is a big deal. I guess now they're at 2 cards in hand. 3 cards, but... they might attack with Bellowing Minotaur, I'll block with Angelic Protector, and then they can finish it off with Force Mage. But I'm fine with that. Nope, just go in face. Alright. More face. Alright, we'll Crystal Golem and start getting them with Crystal Golem. Hopefully no Spike Trap. Spike Trap would be absolutely horrendous for us here. Alright, I'll trade. He probably expects me to break it, but I'm fine with trading. I'm not going to attack with Angelic Protector freely. And I have backup in my hand. Alright, hasty retreats. Let's go in with the dragon, even though we don't have loyalty. It's still a 6/6 airborne blitz champion. Alright, once again, our opponent is not drawing cards. But they do have Ancient Chant in their discard pile, so it's probably fine for them. I'm tempted to just Force Mage here. Not Force Mage, Wave of Transformation here. Yeah. Stop the bleeding from the Force Mage. Ooh, that's nice. Let's get rid of that Ancient Chant so we can't recall it. I think I just want to draw 2 and recycle. Let's get out my champions just in case he gets... Oh, by Army of Apocalypse in hand. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. Because with Army of the Apocalypse, I could have used that to get back a Blitz Champion and a Crystal Golem, which are both amazing to get back. I'll probably the Risen here and use it to block, because I don't want to take 8. If I get Withered here, that's horrible for me. If I don't get Withered, we're in good shape. If I don't get... Or Coined Fireball would also be bad, but looks like he does not have it. Might have a Rage. Faint. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Double triggers. Tricky. So I could see Titan, and it's probably worth it. Let's just chew up a bit more cards, get that Bellowing Minotaur out of there so it can't be recalled. Use Sea Titan to recycle. Wave of Transformation is probably the one I want, the Risen being the one I want the least. So it goes on the bottom. Let's return Keeper of Secrets to hand. And pass. Alright, our opponent has no worthwhile off-turn gold play. If he passes, I'll probably accept it. No, I'll probably play Angelic Protector. Alright. Now we'll chomp. I don't want to hold on to chomp. No, I'll chomp. Because I'm going to chomp eventually, so I might as well chomp while my opponent's gold is down, so I can just do this. Hopefully he doesn't have Lying in Wait in hand. Secret Legion. Let's clear those out. Juggernaut, we got our Angelic Protector for that. One of the best disruption plays to do against the Juggernaut. And if both of these hit, we can just recall Lightning Storm for lethal in hand. But I probably won't do that. Maybe I will. That's not great for me. But we're definitely going to try Ceratops here instead. Use that to block. Ooh, and a ceasefire is great. Do I want to play? No. Hopefully the Juggernaut attacks first, but almost certainly the Ice Drake will because of the Airborne. Yep. And if he's got exactly Mighty Blow, we lose. That's not exactly Mighty Blow, but it puts us in range of Flame Strike. Do you have exactly Flame Strike? You have exactly Flame Strike. Well played. Well played. Definitely don't think there was anything different I could have done. I could have just held back my Angelic Protector, but I had a lethal line. It's interesting because it's literally only Ice Strike that punishes me or surprise attack, because I trade off with any other ambush. Well, I kill off any other ambush airborne champion. So I like my line, even though I lost with it in hindsight. Definitely be argued that holding it back was better, but playing around exactly Ice Drake, I'm not sure how valuable that is. Especially since my opponent didn't have off-turn plays before. Yeah. I think that was right. Good game, Phoenix. Well played. I was just arguing with myself whether or not attacking with Angelic Protector was correct. And I think it was, because I don't think playing around... Oh yeah, Rally the People. It's done surprising amounts of work in the core for me. Usually to just chump block, but that one extra damage has been enough on multiple occasions. But yeah, I think attacking with Angelic Protector there was the correct line, because it was literally just Ice Drake that punished me as an airborne ambush champion, I think. So, and what else was there that I noticed? I don't think I disliked any of my other plays. Yeah, since I had no way to kill your Ice Drake, and I definitely wanted to cease fire. I was happy with the amount of times you were using like Transform and Bitten not to draw 2, but it did take enough pressure off of you that it worked out for you. So, yeah, well played. You just beat me with Rally the People and Bellowing Minotaur. 2 of the cards that I think are some of the worst cards in Epic. That's random 30 for you, everyone. A chance to show up me about how bad I think cards are, to prove that they actually aren't that bad. At least you didn't throw Tri-Horror in there too. That's what I like about random 30s. You get to play those cards that you wouldn't normally play. Let's try and be in both queues. I have punished so many people playing Tri-Horror against me. I think it's been Yeah, I don't think it's ever been amazing against me in the app. I don't think I've really used it that much in the app so far. But try horror break into the Risen is real. Interesting. I don't think I've played against his try horror yet. I might have? Yeah, just not a fan of that card. Too many weaknesses. Interesting. Hmm. I mean, it can be an on-turn gold punisher. And in the long run, it could be better than a blitzing gold punisher. But I know plenty of people that have been having decent success with it. I just personally haven't seen that much. Alright, let's see if there's anyone in Discord. Ooh, general chat mention. What's this? Oh, right. One moment. One moment. Alright, let's see. Oh, right. I look for real time, not duel. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely not unbeatable as my completed games show. I That's a pretty nice string, but like 3 losses in a row there, yeah. But yeah, you definitely played that game well, and you were rewarded for it. And that game we played first in that random 30, that was just really lucky on my half. So it looked like you had like no draw twos in hand, and when you have no draws at two in hands and your opponent has Sonic Assault, you're gonna lose. Which is also random 30. It has very high swings. Yeah, let's look for a draft while we wait for cnoz. Ooh. Alright. Looks like we have a real-time draft against Phyrexian. I know we've played a few times, but I don't remember how they've ended. I'm snap picking Kong there just because a 13-14 tribute, essentially break target champion, is pretty awesome. Flash Fire would have been the card I picked next as a 0-cost removal effect that kills Muse and Thought Plucker. Ooh, I'll take Amnesia. Choice between Wave of Transformation and Ceasefire is very difficult, though. I think Wave of Transformation is a bit better. Ceasefire is better if I want to try and deck myself. But Wave of Transformation is, I think, just more universally powerful. But it's a tough choice. And I'll probably just be drawing 2 with Wave of Transformation anyway. Wither here, no questions. 0-cost removal, kills Thought Plucker Muse. Hurricane, Rampaging Worm, probably. Alright, sounds good. Thanks for playing and thanks for joining the stream, Phoenix. It was fun. Yeah, I think I want to go big guys. And I got Wave of Transformation, so I don't necessarily need the Divine Judgment. Ooh, 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 man. This pack is gross. Alright. You're gonna watch me struggle to choose between Ogre, Mercenary, Word of Summoning, and Lash to go with my Kong and Rampaging Worm. I would usually pick Word of Summoning in this situation, but I'm gonna try picking Lash and see what happens. I'll take Steel Golem, maybe? Yeah, I think I'll take Steel Golem and Time Bender. I have 2 Sage cards. Or could go Wild. I have 4 Wild. Just go with Fire Shaman. I do need more zeros. Well, 0-cost champions at least. Yeah, I'll take Fire Shaman, Steel Golem. Steel Golem's just a big untargetable champion. I'm going to take Lying in Wait to protect my Lash and my Steel Golem. It's also, I think, the best card in here. Inner Demon would be my next choice. Yeah, I think Zombie APOC and Crystal Golem to go with my Steel Golem. Noble Unicorn is also great. I'm gonna go with Crystal Golem here. I can't take Medusa because I don't have the evil for it. My opponent might. I think I want Sea Hydra here. Just as an establishing champion, so I don't have very many of them, and it helps with my wild. Yeah. I don't think it's really viable. I mean, I lost to a deck that was running it, but it's similar. It's basically the same thing to me as Trihor, I just think it's way too slow. I mean, if your opponent's only removal is banish removal, then you'll probably win if you play Thundaris, but most decks don't run just banish removal. Yeah, I'll take another. I like Blue Dragon a lot. Ooh, this one's tough. I think I want Juggernaut. This deck is fairly aggressive. I'm in blue, and I don't really want the rest of those. I mean, if I could take two, I might take Time Walker and Faithful Pegasus, since Time Walker is a human. But since I only get one, I'll take the Juggernaut. But yeah, I just think Thundaris is too slow, generally. Take the Resurrection. I like Resurrection a lot. And Memory Spirit's an off-turn play, and I couldn't take a what's-its-face. Ooh. I couldn't take Murderous Necromancer because I'm not an evil. Drain Essence is a very powerful card, especially since I have a lot of the really big champions that it doesn't work against. So it wouldn't be great against me, although I have enough champions that it would be fine. Standalone is definitely an option, but Drain Essence will almost certainly find a target. Take Psionic Assault and Worm Hatchling probably. I don't have any good champions, so Angel of Mercy is horrible for me. And Trihor is a bad card, in my opinion. Even though it can work at times, I just don't want it. And Worm Hatchling because I have some amount of Wild, I guess. And it's a 0, yeah. What's a great removal spell? I lost my... what I was talking about, Erase. I'm going to take Erase for sure. Off turn, draw 2. Yep. Oh yeah, Drain Essence, yeah. Super powerful card. It was the most played card at top 8 worlds for a reason. Ooh, I'll take Palace Guard and Rage happily. Yeah, Transform's also a very real possibility, but since I have Kong and Rampaging Worm and Sea Hydra, and even Palace Guard, Rage is just super powerful. Makes me kind of regret not taking Word of Summoning to take Lash, so I don't really need Lash and Rage, but I didn't know I was going to get Rage. I'm definitely taking Dark... Ooh, Pack Alpha's a possibility, but I want to deny my opponent Dark Knight more than anything. Because if they took Word of Summoning and Ogre Mercenary... Ooh, I'll take Spike Trap. Word of Summoning and Ogre Mercenary could be pretty bad for me. I like People's Champion with more good, but I don't have more good, so I'll take the off-turn play. Ooh, this is interesting. So for 1 cost Wild, it makes my Fire Shaman better for sure, but I'm fine with just largely abandoning it and the Worm Hatchling. I don't really like either card without the Wild, but yeah. Raging T-Rex would be incredible. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, but I think I'm just going to abandon Wild to take the Muse. If anything, I probably would have taken the Lightning Storm, but Muse is so strong. And we have the Wither, and that's pretty much it to deal with it. Keeper of Secrets for sure, since I have tons of 1-cost Sage. For other people's a 0. Unquenchable Thirst, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have enough to make Unquenchable Thirst viable, since I have not seen Thought Plucker, so my opponent almost certainly has it. Alright. Alright, I'm definitely going to mulligan Fire Shaman here. I have no off-turn plays. And I think I want a Juggernaut. Definitely mulligan Fire Shaman. And I think I want to open with Juggernauts. So I think I want to mulligan my Dark Knight to try and find an off-turn play. I could alternatively mulligan the Juggernaut to try and find and use my Dark Knight, but... And I think I went Fire Shaman before Dark Knight, although you don't choose the order in that one. Ooh, that's also a strong opening play. Let's get the card, though, I think. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I don't think I want to show Erase or Spike Trap, so while I don't want to show Steel Golem either, I think that's the order I'm going to do it in. Yeah, this is a much better hand. Granted, I only had to mulligan one to get that Erase, but of course I didn't know that. Oh, let's see. I had Wave of Transformation, Lying in Wait, and Zombie Apocalypse. So Steel Golem was pretty safe. Pretty much only Inheritance of Meek would have removed it. But draw a card, deal 9 is pretty good too. So I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah. Pretty great opening hand. Yep. I'll erase that. Draw 2, remove the demon. Not worth using my keeper yet. Ooh, it'll be worth using my keeper afterwards, though. Since I think I still just run Steel Golem into that. I think so. Yeah, I think so. And let's show him Blue Dragon and Amnesia. Since he passed me Amnesia, he can be fairly certain that I took it. And I don't want to show the Keeper of Secrets before taking out the Cave Troll and banishing it. So this obviously isn't a great play, but he probably can't deal with my 13/13, and if he has exactly Inheritance of the Meek, then he would have to get rid of the Cave Troll too. But yeah, let's get rid of that Cave Troll. He did see my Amnesia, so he knew I could have gotten rid of it. But I don't want to use Amnesia this early. Inner Peace gain 10. I could Amnesia now. Yeah, I think I'm going to. My opponent's down to 4 cards in hand, 5 when they draw. I'm going to be greedy. I have a big enough lead currently in the draw war that I can afford to do this as long as I recycle Amnesia as soon as possible. And I have Spike Trap to do that. If we get board cleared, I just get a Muse Vampire Lord. Ooh, Force Mage, alright. That's a pretty good turn for them. Do I want to Muse? No, because I don't want to spend my gold immediately. So let's just Vampire Lord first. And then I'll probably Blue Dragon out the Force Mage Apprentice afterwards. I'm attacking with Vampire Lord here first, because if we do get Ice Straked, yeah, because we saw the ceasefire, so attacking with Steel Golem first would have probably been better. But at least this gets me the counters on the Vampire Lord. And my opponent's going to block with Winter Fairy here, and that's fine. Brave Squire, you're still not getting me, and you don't have Spike Trap. But at least it doesn't die, I guess. Yeah, I have Spike Trap to kill his. Winter Fairy, so I'll just pass. I don't want to commit Blue Dragon into a potential, like, hurricane. Yep, Spike Trap. Put Amnesia on the bottom first, so I draw it sooner. If my opponent AoE breaks all, I'll resurrect back my Steel Golem. I guess a 13-13 untargetable is pretty hard to deal with, and it looks like that's what's happening. Come back, my Steel Golem. You have more work to do. Resurrecting my inanimate object. And let's muse. I didn't reveal for loyalty there because there's no point, since I can't attack until my next turn anyway. Alright, Flash Fire, sure. Opponent is down to 3 cards in hand. That's great for me. Gonna come in with the big guy Steel Golem. That's annoying. But they're not drawing cards. So that's 1 silver lining. So my opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. I'm not worried about going down to 18. So if my opponent attacks, they might be planning for a board clear. But I'm not going to throw my Blue Dragon in front of it in case they're not. And I want to hold on to my Rage for my Kong. Mighty Blow is a card which we didn't see. Fine, I'll force it. I'll Rage block this. We might be getting board cleared, but we can reestablish with Crystal Golem. And I don't want to risk a Mighty Blow. Alright, that's fine. I think I want to hold on to Zombie Apocalypse. And we have the Spike Trap, so once again it's just Inheritance of the Meek. But Inheritance of the Meek makes decent sense to be in his hand, so I'm going to draw 2. I'm going to play it safe. And we'll almost certainly be Drain Essencing the Pack Alpha if Inheritance of the Meek doesn't happen right now. Alright. Yeah, let's Drain Essence the Pack Alpha and go from there. If my opponent spends their gold, I'll attack. If they don't, obviously I can't then. Yep, I'll take out a wolf. And because of the Drain Essence, I have plenty of health to just... Oh yeah, Steel Golem and Core only is great. Oh yeah, game against Darwin. I think I'm losing that game now. I was in great shape, and then Final Task Time Walker. We'll see how that game goes. Alright. Sorry guy, but Psionic Assault. And I'll kill your wolf and leave you in a very bad position. Yeah. Good game, Phyrexian. That Psionic Assault is a nasty, nasty card. So is that Steel Golem. Yeah. Well played. Have you played against Ian yet? I have not run across Ian yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be board clearing this turn. On my turn, that is. What is this deck? This is a good deck. Brave Squire is great. I have some amount of evil. I'm just going to take a 0. Ooh. Ooh. I really want the White Knight. I have the Drain Essence and the Inner Peace, so I'm not afraid of burn. The Rage could also be really nice. I'm going to be greedy. Take the White Knight. He might be Ian or Ian ZU. I'm not sure. I haven't played him either, so. I think Debbie is also technically on the app, who I haven't played. I don't know how much she plays. I'm not sure if I've played Jay yet, who is certainly on the app. I'm not sure if I played Nathan either. You guys gotta watch me lose to Darwin from a massive health lead. Alright, let's Divine Judgment instead of Inheritance. Make it so he can't get back those zeros with like an army. And even if he did, I have Inheritance of the Meek. Yeah, Jay's pretty good. A lot of the players on here are pretty good. I need to find 7 damage. Which I have 4 right there. Or 6, potentially. Force Mages. Plagues, potentially. Drinker. Drinker is how I got up to such a high advantage, but this last turn I was a bit too greedy. He had like 3 or 4 zero-cost champions in play, and I could have Inheritance of the Meek, but I didn't. That's annoying, but I can Cease Fire. That's also annoying. Yeah, core only is definitely fun, but I'm definitely ready for more. Yeah, Ceasefire. At least White Dragon will be nice. I'm not sure how I'm going to find the rest of this damage, though. Blue Dragon. Yeah, we're in trouble. This... Ooh, that's what I wanted to find. This is a good deck based around the idea of Noble Unicorn plus Inner Peace. I have not posted it yet. The greed. I could just go for it. Although I don't have a way to activate Blue Dragon. I do have Zombie Apocalypse. I could Drinker Ping, but that's really weak. I could just People's Champion. I think I just go 6 damage to face. And then Zombie Apocalypse. Although, that's only 3 I'd have. Yeah, 3 to face, play White Dragon after he spends his gold. 6 to face, I mean. Let's go for it. Hopefully a zero-cost champion. Alright. We have lethal next turn. I very much expect Darwin to spend his gold. I don't see any situation in which he wouldn't. And then I get to play White Dragon and Priestess Evangeline for more defense. And then I have options. Possibly even drawing into another Force Mage or just another Sage card. Yeah, the way I did it right here is I'm basically putting him at lethal to Blue Dragon next turn. So as long as I survive his turn and he doesn't gain health, I win. I could have cleared off some of his stuff, but I think I have to literally win or I will lose. Because his deck is very aggressive. Medusa, alright. Guilt Demon. Double Guilt Demon. Jeez. Alright, let's not recycle the champion. Because I want as many as possible for Zombie Apocalypse. Oh, that's game. Excellent. Woo! Alright. If I lost that game, that would have been made me so sad. Because I was up so high because of a drinker and... Yeah. I lost that game before and... Woo! Woo! That one was a long game. Played over many, many turns. Many, many days, I mean. Where the People's Champion did a lot of work for me, and Darwin, like, Wave of Transformation and Zombie Apocalypse, like, 4 times before I dropped my Drinker combo on him. And I think this deck runs either 1 or 2 Drinkers, I'm not sure. It's not a Drinker deck, it just has them. Because it's a human token deck. Yeah. That was a hard game. That was a really, 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 really hard game. Alright. Well, that's 8 o'clock. Let's see if I can find cnoz. I'm just going to challenge him right away and then reach out to him.
Whew. Well, that's what you get for going slow, Darwin. You're gonna lose on stream. But I think we've played like 3 games or something, and he's beaten me 2 out of the 3 of them. Because we hadn't played up until this point, so I challenged him, and then we got mashed up in the duel queue, and we got mashed up in the duel queue again, and craziness. I might write a blog post about those 2 decks, my 2 new, oh wait, no, I got rid of. Yeah, I already killed off the deck that I was playing and replaced it with a new core Skyforce, which has a few changes to it, but yeah. Alright, where are you? Where are you? It doesn't seem to be online. In the meantime, we'll play this game against granthopwood. Tryhor, I have no answer to you. I might lose to a Tryhor, guys. I don't think I wrote about it in my core only deck maybe I did. I might go back to some of those control decks because I originally didn't play them because they took forever with all the individual attacking, but I might try them out some more. I'm gonna try and find an answer to Tryhor. And I was rewarded. Oh man. Banishment with White Dragon follow-up. Beautiful. And this is why Tryhor is a bad card, people. Like I said before, it can definitely do work, but I can just banishment it, and I did literally nothing. It's a risky card. And I prefer cards that are a lot more guaranteed value. Whew. Man. You guys want to see that kill on Darwin again? Because I know I do. If he hadn't spent his gold, I wouldn't have been able to play my priestess, and I wouldn't have been able to kill him right there. So in other words, don't spend your gold when you have it when your opponent is down. And of course I'm being very facetious there. You should definitely spend your gold when your opponent's gold is down. Excellent. Well, I guess I can check cnoz's stream to see if he's streaming yet and reach out to him there. Oh, looks like we've got a response. Alright, looks like he'll be on in less than 5 minutes. So we have some more dual stream action coming up. Me versus cnoz. cnoz did stream with co-casting from CJ Moynihan, the show match between me and John. cnoz is also a very strong player, so we'll see how those games go. But yeah, I think I will experiment with some more control decks. Like, that deck that I was playing against Darwin is a bit of a control deck, human control. Now that I think about it, it would be fairly similar to... I probably won't run a Avenging into a control deck with Sonic Assault and Thought Plucker, just because I'm pretty fed up with Thought Plucker. I'm tired of it, so I don't really want to play it. in Constructed at least. I'll draft it in Dark Draft every single time, but I don't think I want to play it in Constructed right now. Blue! And I'm definitely going to play it in this random 30. And I'm definitely going to play White Dragon once my opponent spends their gold. But I want to wait just in case, like a surprise attack Kong or Medusa. I don't want to give him free value. And if they don't spend their gold, that's fine with me. There we go. I really love Banishment into White Dragon. It's one of my favorite plays. Alright, cool. Enjoy. Should be some good games, unless we get incredibly lopsided ones. Because Random 30 can be very good or very lopsided. Excellent. Rampaging Worm plus Lash and Rage with Thought Plucker to draw the gold. We've got some plays here. We've got some plays. And if my opponent just passes, gonna beat him over 6 turns with White Dragon in the air. So one play I did make today, I think in the first stream, yeah, I remember talking about it, was I played my Thought Plucker on my opponent's turn, and they discarded an Unquenchable Thirst. And seeing that as them discarding 0 cost removal for my Thought Plucker, I expected them to have more 0 cost removal for my Thought Plucker. So I immediately Wolf Companioned my Thought Plucker out of range. And ooh. Well, Thought Plucker is still my only answer, my only playoff turn, so I will be playing it. My opponent played Force Mage Apprentice and couldn't kill my Thought Plucker because it was a 3/3, and then I drew into my own Force Mage Apprentice and killed his Force Mage Apprentice, and yeah, I was pretty pleased with myself with that play. So right here, we're also potentially drawing out a Rage or a Lash that they might not use against Thought Plucker. And I'm thinking I might Thought Plucker Rage. No, I probably won't Thought Plucker Rage, just because I probably will want the draw 2. But we'll see what I draw. Yeah. I don't think I want to block. Yeah. Yeah, that's my only draw 2 in hand. I don't want to block. And I don't want to rage. Ooh. That hurts. I might have to Gold Dragon back up some health, but we'll see. I'll attack with Thought Plucker if he spends his gold to deal with it. I'll Gold Dragon with Gold Dragon and White Dragon. But yeah, that's a good thing I didn't try for the Thought Plucker Rage play, because Brave Squire would have punished me really, really hard. So that's good. Ah, Force Mage. Alright. Alright. My opponent has 2 cards in hand. I think I'm just gonna go Gold Dragon. It's a bit risky. I'm gonna go for it. I think no, I'm not gonna Rage it, because Rage is my only off-turn play aside from recalling my Lash. Little Unicorn, that's fine. I will Lash it after blockers, just in case. Let's see, if I Rage here, I do 19 damage. No. 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 No, if I rage here, I have lethal next turn. No, no. I don't have no play if he banishes my lash. Let's see, he has 6. Let's assume 4 from that. 10, 11, 16. Fine. I can lash Jin potentially next turn as well. Alright, and there's cnoz. I'm just going to tell him we're going to finish up this game. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Let's see, that's 4, 8, 12, 23. Not enough, though. Not enough. Let's just... Let's see what Force End Turn does again. Fuck it. I think... Force End Turn gives me another chance to do something if my opponent plays something. I mean, it might have been correct to lash the Force Mage here, but I'm not too worried. They didn't have exactly Fireball, Flame Strike plus Fireball, since they've played Flash Fire already. Alright, and that should be game. If they ceasefire, I can just double lash. If they ice strike, I can just follow up with a rampaging worm lash. I will lash. That was probably wrong. That was almost certainly wrong to lash here. Alright. Good game. Going into the games against cnoz. Opponent's turn. I definitely want to keep the Hurricane. I like the Spike Trap. Definitely getting rid of Avenging Angel. I might get rid of the Spike Trap. I think I will. And the Warrior Golem. And go with these. Alright, that's better. I'll draw with either of those. Maybe Hurricane. Hopefully I don't have to. I'll probably draw with Hurricane so I can draw with Divine Judgment and White Dragon on my turn. Alright. And get the recycle, that is. I could also just play a White Dragon. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play a White Dragon. Yeah. Because my opponent doesn't spend their gold, that's fine with me. And if I draw 2, I'm going up to 7 in hand anyway. So drawing 2 first doesn't really accomplish that much for me. Yeah, Avenging Angel can definitely hurt you by leaving up blockers potentially. That's annoying. I might just play Dark Assassin. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Dark Assassin. Yeah. If he has Flashfire, Wither, Force Mage, etc., that's obviously terrible for me, but then it protects my Force Mage, so eh. And he has to answer Dark Assassin, straight up has to. And he might think I have the Risen in hand, which could trigger, or Secret Legion, both of which, since he's a evil champion for the Risen, or a human champion for Secret Legion, could trigger him and make him active this turn. Alright. Do I want to Inheritance? I don't have any card I would play. I could just draw with Inheritance, and then Divine Judgment. Kinda like that. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I could also just draw with Rain of Fire. Yeah, I'd rather draw with Rain of Fire. Let's do that. Ooh, those are some cards. Those are definitely some cards. I think I Banishment, the Angelic Protector, and attack. Yeah. I like it. Since we have the Brave Squire, just in case. So if he tries to just Ice Drake me, or even just go for a trade, I can just Brave Squire and say no. No! Alright, alright. I'm fine with that. Cool. And I'll take the 5 here. If we race, I win. Because I got the first hidden. I might play Courageous Soul. Maybe. It's a possibility. Kind of like it. Definitely leaning towards it. Sea Titan, alright. I might just Divine Judgment here. Or, I mean, I might just Inheritance here. Yeah, my opponent's at 7. Yeah, let's just Inheritance here. Play White Dragon to an open board. We'll also play Courageous Soul. Bloop! We did end up on the same spot, Phoenix Graven. Inheritance seems pretty good. Alright. So, my opponent's Sea Titan is down. Alright. I guess I just trade here. I'm not going to use anything else on it, so it gets me. And I'll just plop my White Dragon back down without spending my gold. Bloop. All you. If you ambush in something, I'll happily turn it. That's not something I'm super excited about turning. Might do it anyway, though. It's probably my best play. Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, that's already a good card for him to bounce anyway, so if he has Erase, that would be a strong play. But I'm willing to roll those dice. Erase or Hasty Retreat. Palace Guard, alright, alright. I'll Divine Judgment, draw 2. Yeah. Alright, those are some cards. There's a very real chance I Sea Titan after this attack. Obviously returning the Palace Guard and not the Memory Spirit. Yeah, I like that. I think he can replay the Palace Guard. Maybe I just Cave Troll. Yeah, I just Cave Troll. Yeah, I think that's what I like better. Yeah, let's keep our Airborne. I'm mainly saving it for an ambush block. Yeah, just in case. I have the transform now, so it's less necessary. But I like saving it for a block, just in case. There's a very real chance I'll recycle with it this turn and save the transform. I'll call your bluff and kill your Palace Guard. Play around that Keeper's Secret or Guilt Demon or Amnesia or whatever you have in your hand. No, I think I want to draw 2 with Transform if he spends his gold. Because I'm winning in the deck out race. And I want to keep winning in the deck out race. A resurrection would be pretty horrible for me. Because then you could resurrect and banish my Cave Troll. But yeah, I like turn a lot more in, what's it called? Random 30, because your opponent is less likely to have one of those bounce effects. And we've already seen one of them. Oof, 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 oof. So he showed me Angel of Death and Plentiful Dead. Alright. This deck, I don't think we've seen Amnesia in. Yeah, I think that was the other one. Alright, I think I do Watchful Gargoyle here. Gets me some airborne pressure. I'm gonna get rid of my champions, although I'm getting rid of the Necromancer Lord with Force Mage. Let's put a draw down first. Yeah. Ooh. That's interesting. Yeah, let's go aggro. Force him to board clear me. So attack with Watchful Goggle first. If he ceasefires or ice drakes or something, I can follow up with like Force Mage. If he wants to block with Faithful Pegasus, that's fine. Strafing Dragon gets through. If he doesn't, I'll kill those two. Yep. Alright, let's Force Mage. Kill that. Winter Fairy. Kill that. And do I pass with gold up? No, I attack. I don't think he has a airborne champion to punish me. Because I don't think he would have played Faithful Pegasus if he did. Alright, that's fine. And I think I want to attack with Cave Troll, get one more thing off the board. And I'll save my human token back to block the Palace Guard. And I'm not going to commit. Alright, alright. Yeah, that happened. Right. That attack was not the greatest on my half. That was probably a mistake. I did not think that one all the way through. I have Transform or Inner Peace here, in case he wants to try and get me with a Blitzer or a board clear. Yep, we knew he had that. Ooh. Oh. Oh wait, no, Watchful Gargoyle or Courageous Soul are cards. Although we thought he had something to get rid of my discard pile already. But he hasn't gotten rid of my Cave Troll yet. So we might have been wrong. Although Angel of Mercy doesn't really stack up against Angel of Death. Do I just draw? How do I gain health? I think I'm going to Angel of Mercy and see what happens. Alright. Back Watchful Gargoyle for the recycle. Transform Draw 2 is probably the other line I would have taken, but I think I like this. Since this very much might turn into a draw out race, I want draw 2s on the bottom. That's interesting. I think I just pass here. Maybe I play my Ogre Mercenary? Yeah, I'm gonna play my Ogre Mercenary. Draw 2, and guess Courageous Soul. Ooh, too bad I don't have loyalty for it. But I'm fine with this. Start with this. His own angel. Does he have anything? Yes, he does. Let's Sea Titan it. That would be nice. It plays into a board clear, but I have Standard Bearer. Yeah, Sea Titan. If he wants to board clear here, that's fine. I just respond with Standard Bearer. The reason why I didn't recycle Winter Fairy is I wanted to recycle that the next time I recycled. So I basically have a draw 2 in the next one as well. Because essentially I want every other card to be a draw 2. Doesn't really matter that much, because if I'm drawing 2 draw 2s, yeah. So that was my thought process behind it, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. But I did purposely not select Winter Fairy for that reason. Good thing to ask about, though, because I thought about it, but I didn't talk about it for whatever reason. And if he wants to attack here, I'll block with Watchful Gargoyle, so I could use it to recycle if I want to, which I probably would. And if he does nothing, there's no way he does nothing here. Unless, yeah, I can't think of any way he does nothing here. Because Sea Titan. Sea Titan. And the game probably won't go to a draw out fight. So I don't want to risk him having an amnesia that he just holds on to. But yeah. Worth thinking about. Plentiful Dead. Bitten, alright. Plentiful Dead. Standard Bearer. Ooh, Flash Fire. Do I want to play around? Nah. Yeah, let's attack with these first, and then I might Flash Fire to try and get... no, not that one. To try and get Sea Titan through. If he sees fires, I just enter peace. Standard Bear has been doing more work for me than I've been expecting. Mainly in these random 30 games, although it was in my Darwin deck. But we're in pretty good shape right now. Our opponent does have 6 cards in hand, so he could definitely have answers, but we have a Sea Titan in play. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright, alright. Does he have... Plentiful Dead is in hand, so I have to remember that. And if he wants to block and kill one of these with his Angel of Death, that's fine. I'm a bit worried about a final task, Necromancer Lord, Angel of Death, if I do kill the Angel of Death off with Flashfire. But, yeah. And I probably will attack with Standard Bearer too after these two. Just try and get that gold out, or at minimum mitigate the damage of a final task Necromancer Lord into Angel as much as possible. Ooh. If I flash fire, Sea Titan doesn't get through. But I think transforming the Angel and then flash firing is definitely worth it. Because even if Sea Titan doesn't get through, I have one away from lethal. Oh, he has his own flash fire, okay. Sure. Little Skull at very minimum protects him from Sea Titan because he's able to hold back his Plentiful Dead, but I'll force him to use it. But yeah, I almost certainly play Ceasefire here to draw 2. Unless he does nothing, of course. Yep. So he has not recalled his Plentiful Dead yet, which is good for me. Ooh, Tri-Horror might actually be the card that wins me the game here. Let's attack with Sea Titan. Alright. Yeah, Inner Peace could definitely be smart here, just to make sure I'm out of range of pretty much anything. Palace Guard, that's gross. So I'm definitely not playing Tri-Horror into this. I could play Noble Unicorn. I could try and get the Succubus. And at minimum it draws me a card. Inner Peace is definitely the safest play. Succubus is the most awesome play, though. I'm going for the most awesome play. Yeah, Spike Trap, sure. Come on, attack me. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. Force Mage, okay. Steel Golem. Interesting. No loyalty, though. I think I'm on a Noble Unicorn. Draw a card. Get another threat in play, which won't really do anything, but draw a card, mainly. Ooh, Avenging Angel is interesting. Yeah, I think I just throw Avenging Angel out here because it draws me a card, too. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, White Dragon's nice too. Yeah, that was the first card I recycled. I did not remember the first card I mulliganed. I did not remember that, so good catch. Mighty blow. Okay. Definitely play White Dragon here. Do I attack with Standard Bearer? I think I do attack with Standard Bearer because I'm not going to block with Standard Bearer. Maybe I White Dragon first. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to White Dragon first. And I am going to recycle because I want to try and kill him. Ceasefire and... Actually, no. Let's play around Final Task. Avenging Angel and Winter Fairy. Winter Fairy first. Ooh, Hurricane's not bad. So, he can't block Standard Bearer because that means something else gets through. In theory. Alright. And let's just plop down a Warrior Golem. Yep. Alright, what you got? We did cycle Rain of Fire. So we're definitely going to use our recycles. If he does nothing, I think I'll just accept that, because I don't want to potentially get, like, Frost Gianted. But Inner Peace is definitely a possibility. Yeah, we're trying to hit our Rain of Fire. We know we don't have Memory Spirit, because we've already seen our entire deck. Turn. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna Hurricane draw 2, try and dig for that Rain of Fire. And there it is. Yeah, I agree with you, Phoenix. Getting to that Rain of Fire, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Alright. And unless he has exactly Priest of Kalnor, we win. I guess I'll block. Do I Spike Trap? No. Alright. Good game, cnoz. Rain of Fire. 3, 4, 5. And those are one of the good random 30 games you can get. Back and forth. A lot of action. Seeing cards like Standard Bearer that you don't normally see. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Alright, so I have about 10 minutes left. So if there's anyone in stream that would like to play a game, feel free to challenge me. If no one does, I'll probably just call it for the night. And yeah. Oh yeah, you got some really great games. I love, like, the best Epic games are so great. It's, yeah. Epic definitely can have one-sided games that are fairly boring and not interested, but when you get those games where both players have strong plays continuously, it's really fun. Did I want a fire shaman here? I guess I do. Actually, let's draw first and kill off that. Alright. And I don't attack with news. Alright. So yeah, I think it doesn't look like I've got any challenges. So I think I'm going to call it a night. cnoz is still streaming right now. Let me get you his information, although my channel should automatically host him as well. So if anyone wants to switch over, feel free. Otherwise, you're welcome to stay in here and watch it on my stream as well. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you PhoenixGraven for the games and for all the conversation. It makes it a lot more fun to do. And I will catch everyone later. I don't have a next stream planned as of now, but we'll see what happens. See you later.